You know, bro, I don't come on here a lot and say that I hope you can't resonate with me on this. But for this one, I actually am. See, back in the day when I was like 13, 14, there were points in my life I'd look in the mirror. Bro, it was tough, right? And I'd get scared. I was like, so what's that? That's not me. Right, I remember this like clearly. I'd go to like a party, 13, 14-year-old party, something innocent, right? And we had Facebook back then, so like we'd use Facebook, and they tagged me in a photo. Oh, happy, 14th, whoever's party it was, Jessica, right? And bro, I would untag myself in photos sometimes and like hide them from my page because I was so insecure. Like, oh, I don't want people to see me. Like that's how I was. My worst nightmare was like, bro, walking in a mall or just anywhere really, and I'd see a group of pretty girls. That was my worst enemy, right? And at this stage of my life, I had like girls in my life, and I had like friends that were girls, and I had lots of friends as well. But I'd walk in this mall or wherever I was, and instantly head down, start sweating, and then bro, all these thoughts would come at me. They would come at me, and I'd be like, "Oh, you're poor, you're Indian, you're ugly, you're short, you're fat," and bro, that's how it was for me. Like and that went on for quite a while. But as I got older, right, I masked those feelings. I started using drugs, drinking, living that whole life. And I started doing all that stuff young, man. When I was like 15, 16 years old, I started abusing drugs. And I hit it. And then, I was able to make memories, like have, one night stands with girls. I got into a couple of relationships at that time, and I hit it. But then at the age of 20, after using drugs for 4 or 5 years, right, I was at a different place. Oh, hell, I was at rock bottom. But I was at rock bottom for 2 reasons, right? First of all, like my mind was all messed up because I used drugs for so long. But then all those insecurities came back to bite me in the ass. But then I also had so many other things going on. So I was at a very, very bad place. And then what I did, and it's sad to say, but it's what I knew to do at the time, is I had low standards for myself. Low standards. And this is what's happening amongst our generation right now, is that we are setting low standards for ourselves and we're hitting them. And we get complacent in that. So let me break it open a little bit for you, bro. I want you to understand, there's a difference between like small wins, and we're going to speak about that, and then having low standards. Low standards is a way of robbing yourself in this day and age whilst you're alive. So I want you to understand, when you are a man that comprises of small wins, slowly but surely, those small wins will move your life forward. You'll have the life that you want. Because what big wins are? Building your life, building your body, making all this money, traveling the world, whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to start a business and it goes well, that's all comprised of small wins, right? And that's what it is. But low standards, right? Bro, like I keep saying, low standards will rob you from anything and everything that you actually want and believe that you deserve in this world. See, look, low standards means that there is something innately inside of you that's not going to plan, right? It's either that you're very insecure, you're not where you're at, where you want to be at in your life. You got things going on, and what you do, right? Well, I don't believe in my abilities. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. So as long as I can make enough money to pay rent this month, and as long as I get a girlfriend, I don't even care if she's, what she looks like. I just want a girlfriend. I just want a car that gets me from A to B. I just want to feel happy. Like, it sounds funny, right? And I know what you're probably coming across this guy's a bit funny, right? But I'm telling you the truth. Low standards is just a representation of how you feel inside. And like I said, there's a difference. Having low standards, so low goals, things that you want to aim that don't really mean much, that ain't small wins. And you might be thinking, oh, well, low standards, it's kind of like a small win. It's not, because that's kind of like the end goal. As long as I get a girlfriend, I don't care if she's super overweight, I just get one. As long as I have money, like I said, to just pay the rent, that's low standards. That's not moving the needle. That's not having a place to go afterwards. So I want you to understand, when you're a man that's truly built, you'll raise your standards to places that, like, it sounds absolutely insane. And you'll have to kind of self-talk yourself into this, which I want to speak to you about. But look, if I were to put it simply, if you wanted to raise your standards because you're a low standard man, just go build yourself up. Go get some life experience, go make some money, go build your body, go do things that'll level you up. Go get rid of all the bad habits breaking you, swap them for good habits, and eventually give it 3, 4, 5, 6 months, you'll feel better, you'll feel good. And then what I want you to do, this sounds crazy, it sounds not normal, but now I want you to raise your standards so high. And this right here, right? This is how we can tie the small wins into it. Raise your standards. And what you're gonna, what you're gonna think when I tell you this, you're gonna think this guy's not normal. But you know me, I always come on here and give you just what I truly feel. I've raised my standards so much for what I expect from myself, from what I expect from people, what I expect from this world, and just what I want for my life, to the point where it sounds insane. I started fighting, right? And instantly, because I'm a high standards man, I'm like, I'm gonna smash Floyd Mayweather. I'm gonna knock out Floyd Mayweather. Of course I can't do that, but that's the standard that I have. I'm trying to beat the best. I just started becoming an entrepreneur, right? Like building my own business and, making some money from it. I said to myself, I'm gonna be richer than Jeff Bezos. Is that gonna happen? Probably not. But that's where my standards are. Beating the best boxer, making more money than the richest person in the world, right? It sounds funny, but when you become a man that's truly secure and measured within himself, right? You're happy, you're building, you're trying to conquer. You got to raise your standards to a point where it seems unfathomable to people. Right? Think about it. You've all heard that quote, "Aim for the moon, and if you don't hit the moon, you'll land amongst the stars." Well, that's exactly what it is. You need to raise your standards in every single area of your life, right? Don't set a goal that's so easily attainable that you know you're gonna hit it. Because what happens, right, when you're a low standards person and you got these small goals, you'll hit that goal, but you don't have the mindset that you're trying to have more. So what happens is, right, you become stagnant. This is you, and you hit that goal, right? Boom. That's it. Game over. Oh, great. You got a girlfriend, but she's ugly. You're making this money, but it's enough to maybe in 5 years' time take a trip to Bali or something. I don't know. But that's what it is. It's low standards. So I want you to now understand, this is all bullshit. Go build yourself up, because this low standards is just a representation of where you're at in your life. You want to feel better? Go build yourself up. But then when you have all these high standards, right? I want you to think about this. Your standards right now are high. You've set the bar to, you're trying to beat Floyd Mayweather, make more money than Jeff Bezos, right? Get this. We as men, and this is beautiful, bro. We start at a starting point of 0, right? If we were to be playing a video game and it's our lives, we start at 0. And that's the beauty of a man. That's the beauty of kind of looking at life as a video game. You can build yourself up, build your character, build you through everything that you want in your life to whatever you want. But so many of us, because we have those low standards, we regress and we go into the negatives, right? We always lose and everything's just a shit. But if you say to yourself, well, I'm going to build myself to 100, what you do, right, is that you take the small wins now. So you got a goal. Let's say, for example, this is an example, right? You're trying to make $10,000 a month. Or let's raise our standards. Let's make $50,000 a month, right? You're trying to make that. Well, what I want you to undo, you've got now high standards for yourself. And let's say you're making $100 a month right now. That's insane. What's that? Understand that now what you got to do, you got to take this high standard, attach it to now small wins. How do I make my first 200? How do I make my first 500? How do I make my first 1,000? Figure it out. But you've got this expectation that you're trying to make $50,000 a month or whatever, right? So you know that once you hit that 1,000 a month, after you hit that 5,000 a month, you're still climbing, you're still going. Yeah, be proud, yeah, be happy, but you see what I mean? The standard is so high. You've got that, that you've got that foresight of like, okay, I want 50K a month. I'm going to try hit it. And that's where those small wins come in. Hit the small wins. That'll build momentum. And because you've raised your standards, slowly but surely, you'll get the cogs turning in your life to where you hit what you want. You want to make that certain amount of money you want. You want to live in this place in the world. You want to have all these nice things. You want your business to be generating this amount of money or whatever it is, bro. Whatever you want for your life, raise your standards, set the fucking bar so high and go get it. Don't be one of these guys that settles for a mediocre life, just a feather in the wind. Because, again, there's a saying that's so popular. Give a man an average salary, an average life, an average wife, an average car, an average this, an average just everything, and he'll be complacent. He'll be happy. And that's so sad to see, bro, that so many young guys are giving up because, why? They got low standards? Come on, raise your standards, build yourself up, get those small wins, and you'll see, right, when you start to self-hypnose yourself as well, I'm the man, I'm the best, I'm gonna smash Floyd Mayweather, I'm gonna make more money than Jeff Bezos. It sounds crazy. I know it does, I know how it sounds, but when you self-dilute yourself, delude yourself in that, like, whoa, yeah, I'm aiming for the best, one of one, right? Best of the best. Your standards are set so high, and if you're truly about it, you'll move mountains to get what you want. So that's what I'm talking about, bro. There's no way that you can rob yourself more as a young man by having low standards. Expect more from yourself. Expect more from this world. Expect more for what you want for your life. Expect the best. And it will happen if you're a young man that's truly about it, wanting to be the best of the best. Raise your standards, brother. Love ya.